tuning in. Oh man, this day been crazy. Been running back and forward, trying to do this, trying to do that, and I just said, man, let me just go live and do the video. And I tried to go live earlier, right before I went into the Walmarts of the Walmarts, and when I did that, it was like, okay, the internet went out and things like that. So I said, man, let me just go live here in the confines of my porch and talk to you guys about the Dallas Cowboys versus the 49ers pre-game conversation for the nation. So now that we're talking about this, I three more games. This is one of them. Shout out to you, Alpha. Shout out to you, James. Man, appreciate you guys, man. I know I got a few soldiers that's still here. I got a few dogs that's still here. And it's been one of those crazy years, man. We facing a situation where we playing against a rivalry team. We playing against a team that we had their numbers for the past few years, right? We had their calling card, and now it seems as if though we barking. That's what I'm talking about. We barking. That's what I'm talking about. Draft time for your mind. I know, I know. Magic, let me just give a shout out to everybody, man. This is going to be like a vlog style video. No studio, just me, my hoodie, my shades, and my beard. Jessica, appreciate you so much for tuning in. I missed you last night, Jessica. I was looking for you. Where were you? You know, you just left the brother. You know, just didn't even jump in and say hey and bye. You know, just say hi and bye. 3-0. Yes, James. Look, my whole topic last night, and you know, every time I put a topic out there, it always changes anyway. Because I love y'all, man. I love the fact that you guys put other things in my mind. But where you at, Law? I'm at the house, man. I'm at his house, man. I'm at the crib 99. You know, Law. It was something that let me see what you say here, Jessica. I was in bed. I didn't know you were live. Okay, appreciate you though. Like for those who not getting the notifications, turn your notifications off, and then turn your notifications on, and that will help out the whole situation. So turn your notifications off, and then turn them back on, and that will help out the whole situation. For real, for real. It's kind of chilly out here. Ooh. And it's one of those things, Cowboy Nation. It's one of those things. The Dallas Cowboys versus the 49ers. Yeah, YouTube having crazy, crazy issues. And they have it all the time around this time, right before the new year, the cusp of the new year. I think a lot of people taking vacations. You know, a lot of people are off, and a lot of people are just looking at it like, okay, let me just be with my loved ones, family members, and things like that. And maybe they're not pushing out the products as much, you know. But it is what it is. I appreciate those who understand. Shout out to you, Sheila Neal. Appreciate you. Appreciations. And this is an example of life too, though. I always try to do that. People are saying Dak Prescott to Washington, San Fran, Philly, New England. Uh, yeah, I don't think Dak Prescott is going anywhere. I think he's going to be right here. He ain't going nowhere. He ain't going nowhere. This is an example of life. This is an example of life. It's easier to ride the wave when you are winning, and it's hard to stick with a team when you are losing. It's easier to set aside time for people that are achieving in life, doing wonderful things in life. But when you get that hard rock and you hit the bottom, those who were with you tend to fall off, right? I mean, that's just the reality of it, you know. When you are when you are grinding and you on your way up and people see the flow and they see the traffic, they'll jump on regardless. They will figure out a way to say, okay, how can I ride with this person? How can I listen to what this person is saying so that I can be able to understand that I would not hit those same pitfalls? And that is exactly what we see with this team. We get a lot of people at the start of the season. I can barely hit the live button. It'll be 300 people in here. It'll be 400 people in here. It'll be 500 people in here. You see what I'm saying? But now that we're losing, now that we're out, now that the information is void, now that the information doesn't seem as succulent, or now that the information don't seem as if though, is valuable, then people will say, you know what, I'm out. I can't stand this team. People then began to change the afflictions and say, well, it's Law Nation fault. You say, people began to look and find areas where they can point to the negative, where they can point to the issue and say, okay, well, it's this guy. Like my girl says, DC for life, PVO always, everywhere, right? Have you heard the Dallas Cowboys fans in the 1980? Nah, I haven't heard of 1980 Cowboy fan. Oh, you talking about the YouTuber 1980? Yeah, I heard of him. He cool guy, great content, good information. I like his videos. I like what he brings to the table. Yeah. I like all what he exhibits and exude out here. Shout out to you, Boston. His rants are the best. Shout out to you, Magic. My thing is, rants are cool because I think there's two sides of the coin. The one side of the coin is that and I'm just talking about YouTubers alone, just YouTubers alone, and people who want to do YouTube. There's two sides of the coin. There's people that want to be right all the time, and there's people who don't mind to be right all the time. And I think what YouTube offer is the ability to speak your mind, speak your heart, speak your passion. And those who do that tend to benefit more versus a person who's always trying to be right, right? I mean, that's why people will go to ESPN and NFL Network so that they can listen to those that are structured in a sense that want to be right. Nevertheless, I think the authentic way with ranting, showing your emotions, showing your weakness, being transparent will always be the best route, will always be the best way, because now you can see the raw authentics or the raw person, and you can feel that passion. So on my channel, it's like I know for sure growing up in middle school, high school, and going to college, I know I was great at what I was doing, right? But I'm not going to be a guy that's going to throw it out in people's faces, right? I'm not going to be the guy that try to be, well, I'm always right. I'm more of the person like, there's somebody that knows more than me, and I want to learn from them. And also I want to figure out how I can help them out. How can I give them a bit of information? I never try to hold all of these things inside, right? People that's close to me will always say, especially those who wanted to start a YouTube channel, will always say, man, you know what, Law put me on game. He helped me out. He hit me up with this. He hit me up with that. Now, granted, I got more followers now, and I don't have that one-on-one time because even I had to sneak outside the house just to do this video because I got people all over me in the house, So I think that when we are more transparent in giving out our emotions, I think that those channels are always the better channels, So it's not the followers too. It's not the value or the numbers of followers that you have. It's your passion, It's your passion about what you're talking about, that you're passionate about what you do and you being true to yourself. Jessica says family that together. Yeah, that prays together, stays together, love together. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Oh yeah. Yeah, Michael, appreciate your beers. Appreciate you for tuning in. So, let's talk about the 49ers. I know it's 10 minutes in and oh wow, we get some 49ers talk. Um, the running back for the 49ers, he averaged, hold on right quick. All right. I can't win for losing, baby. Let me get this thing right. I'll be right back. Be right back. Can't win for losing around this mother. They need to be raised up a little bit higher. Murphy Law always showing up at the right time at the wrong time. Shout out to Murphy Law. You know what I'm gonna need to do? I need to get another stand anyway. And it's gonna have to. Still there? Good. Whoa, 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 whoa. Appreciate you guys. I hope you guys are still in the mix. Just had to flip some things around and we're back at it, baby. We're back at it. We are back at it. Let me know if you guys can still hear me. Let me know if you guys can still. What's up, Jonas? What's up with you? Q&A session, baby. Q&A time for your mind. Q&A. Quest, what's good, man? Quest, what's good? Q&A. Why do you think we will be the best player available for the draft? Well, I just think that's how they operate a lot of things. I think that's how they should do it. That's how they did it last year. And I think when you draft for team needs, you fool around and draft a Taco. You fool around and draft for Tristan Hill. And that's why I believe that the Cowboys should go. The Cowboys should go with BPA. Best player available. Needs are needs. I understand that. Best player available. Best player available. That's the way they should go. Shout out to you, Quest. Shout out to everybody that's watching. Let me see if I can set this thing up again. Got to have the charger. Don't know if the thing gonna be long enough for it. You know how that goes. Appreciate everybody that's tuning in to this thing. And bear with me while I set this thing all the way. What damn charger? I tell you what, I use the charger when it get low. How about that? How about that? So that's why I believe that it should go with BPA, best player available. Ain't it right? Boy, Jack Stay. VI love. Do we take a defensive tackle in draft? We should take a defensive tackle in draft. When, I don't know. But we should take a defensive tackle in the draft. We should look at it like, okay, Cowboy Nation, take the defensive tackle. Not in the first, because I don't think that there's a guy that's in the first that have that capability in that particular pick. If we go in the first 5 or 6 pick there, I think that the Cowboys should still look at this team and say, okay, where did we went wrong at? Where was our faults at? What do we need to improve on? How can we improve on and better this best with the 32nd ranked defense? How can we better this team out? And that will be go with defense. But I do hear the sentiments of people looking at this thing and saying, Law, how come or why not the Dallas Cowboys draft back or trade back or what have you? My thing is, I love the Cowboys, but I don't trust the Joneses to do the right thing as it relates to trading back or moving back. So, with that being said, I think it will be better for the Cowboys to whatever pick we land on. Let's not get too cute. Let's not get too fancy with it. BPA, second round, BPA. And if you want multiple draft picks, you package up whatever you got in your compensatory picks and you move up back into the second round or back into the third round and do it that way. If you like a guy and you really love that person, move into the first round and get that person. And I think that would be the best way. Instead of with the 6th pick, the Dallas Cowboys trade back and they get the 16th pick and they get multiple picks next. No. Pick whoever's the BPA, the 6th pick or 6th pick with the 6th pick. And then whoever you really like, trade back into the first to get that person. If you think that that person can be a difference maker. Out of this draft, you got 10 picks. This is just me thinking, you got 10 picks. If you got all 10 of those guys starting on your team, you got a horrible team. That's all I'm saying, because you're going to have a bunch of rookies that's going to go through a lot of growing pains, and you may not see that thing turn over until like year 5, year 6. So you guys get what I'm saying? Package those picks. Pick whoever you got to pick with the 6th pick or the 7th pick or with the 5th pick, whatever pick number you got. And then BPA that thing. That's what I would do. That's what they should do, basically. Now, what do you think about Marvin Wilson? Big boy. He can play two gap. If you need him to do some one tech stuff or shoot the gap at one side of the field, yeah, he could do that as well. Can he get upfield? Yes, I like his motor. Didn't get a chance to evaluate all of his tape. I would like to see what he can do once he go to the combine. I'd like to see what he can do against some of the guys that's going to be on his pro level. So it's still early. A Jordan Davis may be bigger, So we'll find out as this thing progress. But keep in mind, what you dominating in college is different from the pros. So those defensive tackles, it may take them 2 to 3 years to get in that man body. It may take them a minute to get acclimated. Now, The Green Bay Packers one time before drafted a guy, B.J. Raji, I believe. What round did he win, Cowboy Nation? Y'all help me out. And he solidified their front for their particular defense, and that was under Mike McCarthy's regime, right? So, let me see what we got here. Shout out to you, man. Will you ever show off the Law Nation Film Studios? It's A10. Yeah, I definitely would need to do that, man, and show off the setup that I have here. First round pick. He was in the later first round, right? He wasn't like top 10, right? He wasn't like top 10 draft pick, right? Right, Joseph? Crazy Corvette, welcome in, man. Welcome to the party, fam. Shout out to you. He was pick 9? Oh, shit. I didn't know that. East Side, what's good? Cowboys, I don't want to see Harden go by. I think it will eventually happen. I don't know, East Side. Cowboys best side though, right? Right. We need a Vincent Woolfork. Yeah, Woolfork, he was a big boy. Yeah, Mark, yeah. Deion doing big things. Yeah, look, prime time for your mind. He elevated the juices back for Jackson State. But all I want prime time to do is go through this year, scouting, prospecting, and beat Alcorn. That's all I want. That's all I want. All I want is for for Dallas Cowboys to win the Super Bowl, but for Jackson State to beat Alcorn. Trevor Lawrence really looking good right now. This is from William. He's gonna have to go through some growing pains as well, but it depends on which team he goes, and he will be a shoe-in first or second pick. Him or either Justin Fields. Yeah. Keep hearing Coach Prime as #1 recruiting class of all of FCS. I mean, hey, you do the what do you say? You get the call if you go out there and ball or something like that. everybody love prime time though. You know, prime time was somebody that everybody loved, and I Law Nation hated him. I hated prime time, even when he played in Atlanta, even when he played for the 49ers. And he PI'd my dog Michael Irvin. I hated the brother. I ain't gonna even lie to kick it with y'all, man. He wasn't my favorite. And when he went to the Dallas, I was like, now I gotta. It's kind of like that T.O. moment for most people, right? A lot of people didn't like T.O. And when T.O. came to the Star, it was like, okay, let's see how this thing will work out. And prime time, he changed my mind for a minute. And it's one of those things, man. But he's a chauvinist, but he got a good heart, though. In the deep down of everything, he got a good heart. Prime time was still the best cover corner ever, but not the best overall. It's hard to argue against that one. It's flat out hard to argue against that. But prime time, he's that guy that when you look at his overall collective body, like from the pump returns, kickoff returns, the game changing factor, he was that dude, man, and he still is that guy. He still is that guy. Let me see. Deion couldn't tackle. This is from Magic Johnson. I don't know, man. Deion tackled though. I think that's one of his. I think that's one of the things that a lot of people would say that he couldn't do, but he did a decent job at. And his game wasn't being close up on you. His game was lying 5-6 yards off of you. But when I see Deion press, Joe get up inside you like this, and I hope you guys see the technique, and and he would redirect pretty well. But his game, he was just so quick, man. He was so elusive. But Deion is a solid dude. He ain't no frail guy. If you look at Deion, you know, now he's even bigger, but he got some moves, man. That's what it was, Lord Nova. He just made business decisions. It's not the fact that he couldn't, but he just made business decisions. And watch how he get these boys. Like, for these new recruits that's gonna come over there to Jackson State, watch how he get them. Watch how he get them boys right. Let me see if I can. I don't have enough space in this. I don't have enough space in this place. But let me see if I can get this thing right. He gonna have those boys playing, keeping those feet inside. He gonna have those boys to strike inside the cylinder. He ain't finna have this thing. He ain't finna have this thing where they wide like this. No, they're gonna be right in the cylinder. Knees slightly bent, leaning forward a little bit. And them boys gonna be right. Them boys gonna be like in the face, man. When it's time to press, they gonna be right here, bro. It ain't gonna be none of that off-ball crap. With these young DBs with leverage, when they playing the boundary tech, he gonna get them. If they playing that boundary side, shit. When they butt towards sideline, they gonna be right. Look, my thing is, one thing that when you listen to Prime, and if you go to Prime U, like Jeff Okuda and all those boys are fundamentally sound. Those boys got technique. And that's what I probably need to do this offseason, is Law Nation technique session. How to stand. Young DBs, when you're in your stance, don't be too wide with your legs. Keep your feet shoulder apart. On top of that, slightly bent. Look, when you get into that stance, it's kind of like when you what you call that? When you not bench, when you squat. You know, when you squat, you want to get into that type of position. That's how you know for sure you're in the right position. And on top of that, anchor your feet inside. A lot of times, they are so busy looking at the head of the receiver, you want to look right at the chest, a little bit down from the vocal cord. That's exactly where you want to focus and concentrate at. In your strike zone, jab, and keep your other hand inside. Tuck your elbows inside. I see so many people, they jab like this. No, it's like this. It's not like that. I've seen so many DBs, even in the professional level, they like this with it. No, you come right in with it. Man, I'm telling you, man. No, I ain't tall as hell, man. I'm short as hell, man. I'm 5'11" right as y'all taller than me. You know, when y'all see me in real life, y'all be like, man, Law short, man. I thought he was gonna be tall, man. I thought Law Nation was gonna be this dude like James Harden. Nah, Law short over here, man. Look, I kid you not, man. I thought Foots the King was like a little short dude, you know. When I saw Foots, I said, God damn, dog. Foots tall, man. Foots tall as hell, bro. I'm for real, man. I'm sitting there like, damn, Foots. Me and Shango the same height, basically. I looked at Shango. And Vach, I thought Vach was going to be Vach almost the same height. Vach is a little bit taller than me. You got the tall voice, like, yes, my son works. Now, what are your thoughts on Dak right now? Harden like 6'6". Yeah, Harden 6'6". That's the one thing. Me, they say, well, Harden like 6'6", 359. That joker big. I said, God dog. Mike Fisher was like, man, Law, you see Harden? Like, nah. He said, man, Harden looked like he ate Law or something. I'm like, nah, dog. When I saw him, it's like, God dog, man, what's going on with Harden? Harden. I'm going to ask somebody a question here. Somebody said, what are your thoughts on Justin Jefferson? I was wrong on the kid. I thought that he was going to be
a slot guy. I thought that he was going to operate from within the confines of the slot. But no, Jefferson plays everywhere on that side for the wide receivers. Flanker, slide, outside, line them up everywhere. And then the brother can run every route. That's dope. That's dope. Now, on our end, our guy, CeeDee Lamb, I really, really, really like CeeDee Lamb. I really do. But what I want them to do with CeeDee Lamb next year is I really want them to line CeeDee Lamb everywhere on that field. Primarily, they lining him up right out of the slot. But I want to see CeeDee Lamb being ISO on the outside, strong side, kick back inside, and I want to see him doing multiple routes on the outside. I think he's going to line up on the outside this year about less than 5 or 6 or 7 times this year. No more than 20 snaps on the outside. I want them to be a little bit more creative with my dog, CeeDee Lamb. Man, we can't lose the last 3 laughing out loud. Crazy Corvette? Nah. And here's why. We got to figure out ways to win. We got to figure out ways to get that mentality going. And I think that will propel this team to next year, regardless of the situation. You can go into training camp, I believe, from the head coaching perspective, and you can get more. You can get more ground to your voice, right, young Wilson? You can get more. I want to say you can get more substance to your voice when we can go into training camp and say, hey guys, listen here, team, we had a horrible year. That's what he need to do. He need to start off, team, we had a horrible year. We lost our leader, we lost our left tackle, we lost our right tackle, but we finished strong and we continue to fight. In the last 3 games, it'll be the last 4 games, we won. And I want to tell you, we can continue to win. Those who went through last year, we overcame that. We made it. Although the record's not exhibiting what we want to see, but team, let's punch these players in the mouth week 1. Let's give them a taste of what we tasted last year, right? Let's climb this thing and get out of the 32nd ranked defense, right? You know, I think Mike McCarthy need that type of speech, right? Eric said, we need Surtain. And even Surtain, Patrick Surtain Jr. It will be growing pains. But that is the message that the Cowboys operation need to be able to get out there and tell everybody. I know we had a bad year last year. I know we had trouble. I know we had a bad time. We fell on bad time. But right now, we can climb up out of it. We need to get out of the 3-4. This is from Magic Johnson. Yeah. And whoever we decide to go with the head coach, we got the head coach, the defensive coordinator. They got to establish their tone, their presence from the jump. They can't be halfway in, halfway out. They got to come into this situation and say, you know what? It's not what we like. It's not what we seen. You know what I'm saying? It's not what we wanted last year, regardless of the injuries or what have you. But my new system will get you right. Remember, coaches look at a situation and they try to figure out how they can elevate that problem. How can they get out of that problem, I meant to say. Young Wilson, it's not how you fall, it's how you pick yourself up is what tells you about a man or a team. Yeah. I haven't watched the game tonight, draft time. I'm going to have to go back and rewind the game. How about the Falcons head coach right now? He got fired. Whoever we hire, they got to get in this thing soon versus later. They got to get in here, establish their footprint, and establish their tone, establish their goals, and lay it down, write it out, and put it in everybody's mind, put it on the board, put it on a chalkboard, and say, hey, we were the laughing stock. We were the laughing stock of the NFL. We were losing so bad they took us out of the prime time slots. I come here to tell you guys that I don't like what I'm seeing. We finna change. We finna go run. We finna go do this. We finna go do that. You know, they need to establish that tone and tenacity, sense of urgency, and they also need to establish and implement a system of continuity. They need to, regardless of the situation. One thing that I can tell you is that it's not going to get easier. Earning your keep. Yes, young Wilson. One thing I'm going to tell you guys, it's not going to get easier. It's going to get rougher from here. Jack Del Rio is a defensive-minded guy. He don't like defense. He love it. He's not playing around with defense. He knows it. And you couple that with Ron Rivera, he don't like defense. He love it. A defensive-minded coach. They got a front four that's nasty. Their team is going something. Hold on right quick. Be right back. I'm back. Jones says, why, Law, why? Why you say why? You know what? I'm gonna say this. Let me see your name. Is it Gene Jones? Gene Jones. I heard that word why all this weekend, all yesterday, and day before that, and day before that, and day before that. Why? My daughter discovered the word why. I'm telling you, man, every single word that I tell her what to do, she say, why? And I try to be so patient with her. I say, man, you know, it's because I said so, but that's not until like the latter part of it's because daddy say so, right? But she discovered that word why, and man, why? It's crazy. Sheila Neal, you know the feeling, right? Why? I'm sitting like, don't want to shatter her confidence, so because you can hurt yourself. That's why I'm telling you not to sit on that counter like that. Why? I said you'll fall, and from the impact and the gravitational force that will hit the ground, it will hurt one of those bones that's in your body. And then daddy will have to take you and go to Baylor or one of these hospitals that's around here. Why? I said, Lord, because daddy don't want you to get hurt. And then she said, well, why? I said, Lord, because I love you. And then she'll say, and she'll look around and she say, why? I said, Lord, and because daddy says so. Now get off that table like that or get out of that chair. And then she says, why? I said, now you playing with me. You playing with me, you know? And I grew up, Cowboy Nation, I grew up with all brothers. My mom was the only lady in the house. So it was like 5 of us, 5 brothers in the house, right? And only one lady. So when what the home cooking networks was on and Who Can Buy a House show was on, we walk up in there boldly and grab that remote control and be like, nah, Mom, Cowboys on. Nah, Mom, the Lakers on, right? We'd turn that channel. And she was outnumbered. Now I'm getting the inverse of it. I'm outnumbered over here. Nothing but ladies in the house over here. And I have to change my whole mindset. Notre Dame getting mollywhopped right now. Who they playing against, BD? Who they playing against? Yeah. But why? You know, so when y'all ask me why, I'm thinking like, man, like it literally hits me, you know. Clemson, okay. I'm gonna have to check that out. Daughter and wife and female dog finally got a dog to even things out. That's young Wilson. What kind of dog you got, young? What kind of dog you got? You know, Trevor Lawrence and Clemson. Okay. 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 Trevor Lawrence and Clemson. Okay, I had to check it out. Did you hear about Ohio State running back broke the record? I saw him hurdle somebody. That was pretty dope. What was the record that he broke? What was the record? Put that down in the comment box, man. Put that down in the comment box. Jack Russell. Oh, okay, okay. A Chihuahua. Terra. Okay. That's why I probably had to get me a little dog over here. Probably had to get 2 dogs, then that's the case. What's your favorite NCAA team, Law? Really not into it like that, but I would probably, since I'm from the South, deep down in the South, I'd probably lean on Hell State. I like them. I like LSU. So it's a mixture of both, man. Anybody that's close to me, I really don't dig into college like that much. My thing is, when it's time to watch college, like when the draft season come around, probe around, look at some of the all 22s if available, give you guys my thoughts, read up all of the draft reports, draft guides. The Draft Network is really good for its content. NFL.com, pretty good too with those guys that does all of the groundwork on the content as relates to like the cone drills, the 40 times, what they bench, press, and I look at some of those things. I love comparables. I think when I look at comps of players, I kind of get a grasp of what that player like to do. I love reading tendencies of a player. I think that when you look at the tendencies of a player, that tends to show you what they do best. At the end of the day, tendencies of a player tend to, that's what they do in a case of emergencies. It's like that's what they revert back to. Like when we were talking about why not to pick up Taco Charlton, we saw that he was blocky, he played with a narrow base, didn't have a lot of bend, tend to spin inside. So if I can see it from the confines of my couch down here in Dallas, I know that other people and other scouts were able to see it, right? So that's what I look for. Not big on 40 time, not big on 40 time. Just because you run a 4.2 or 4.3 doesn't mean that you're going to be a great athlete. But the cone drill, the 3-cone drill, show what you can do. And game tape. If you're fast and elusive on game tape, hell with what you do in the 40 time. I can always juice your numbers. Hell, I'm a track athlete. I can get your numbers down. I can show you how to get off on a block. I can show you get off on a stand. But in the game of football, you would never get off in the 3-point stands like that, when they run a 40. So I'm more so looking at that. A little more so looking at that. I could be 1,000,000% wrong, but I'm not a scout. That's the glory thing about it. A lot of times people say, hey, well, why don't you be a scout? No, I'm not a scout. Don't want to be one. I don't want to be on the road like that. I don't want to go visit thousands of high schools and college players. I'm good right where I'm at. Yeah. Justin Field plays good versus bad teams. Yeah. Patrick Surtain and Kyle Trask should be a good tape. Okay. None of us understood the taco pick. None of us, right? That's the one of the craziest thing of it all. Jerry Jones, please get Jim Harbaugh. Let McCarthy go, please. Yeah. I think, and here's what I think with the Mike McCarthy angle. First of all, can I be real with you guys, or can you want the PC answer? What y'all want? Y'all want the PC answer? You want me to be real? I'm real the way I talk, the way. Law is your defensive coordinator favorite. Who would you want? BD says be real. Okay. And I'll give you guys my my thoughts on defensive coordinator. I think that what hurt Mike McCarthy is his demeanor. I think that by him not being able to speak to the public in a sense with firm conviction, and the hesitancy of his voice and the way his demeanor is when he talking in the press conference, kind of people be like, well, what is he saying? I think also the being off on a year, saying I'm gonna take a year off, but all I did on that year off was studied and watched all of the game tapes and look at all of the analytic stuff. I think that tarnished the believability to most people, right? When he said jokingly, oh man, I just trying to get the job. I didn't really watch all of the tape. Now, either he was being truthful at the moment or just lying to kick it. I think that that's something that you don't tell somebody. I think that that's something, especially going into your first year and going into a team that you don't know. And if you listen to Stephen Jones' laugh, you listen to Jerry Jones' laugh of it, it was a very cringe-worthy laugh. Go back and watch it, and it's one of those things where that is what we all going to remember. We're going to remember the fact that you got ran out of the Green Bay. We're going to remember all of the negatives about getting massages and stuff like that while, you're supposed to be coaching the team. And a lot of people are going to remember, like, the decisions that you made, regardless of even if you had Joe Montana, Jerry Rice, Michael Irvin on the same team, as well as Emmitt Smith and all of the Hall of Famers of the Hall of Famers as it relates to the offensive line. Your decision-making kind of like, hey, why would you go for it there, or why do you want to flip the field? It's a lot of decision-making that, hey, it's cool to be aggressive, but they don't make sense right there, especially if you have a porous offensive line and the element of surprise is really not all the way there because you did it more than one time out of a year. And then on the flip side, when it's 4th and inches, you drop back into the shotgun. So it's a lot of stuff, and you pass the ball on a curl, So it's a lot of things that we kind of look at it like, I don't think that he is the right guy for the position. Well, whereas Jason Garrett, I think that a lot of people gave Jason Garrett a leeway because of the fact that of his demeanor, because of the fact that the way he approached the press conference, the way he came in and you saw immediately changes of putting clocks and stuff up. And what happened with Jason Garrett was, hey, he's a breath of fresh air outside of Wade Phillips. But remember, a lot of people started to turn on Jason Garrett after his second and third year. They'd be like, hey, wait a minute now, Jason, So my thing is, I think Mike McCarthy just got that bad stench, and a lot of people are only going to view him in that light, regardless of the situation, because of the way he exhibit or exemplify himself. What's up, Kyle? Appreciate you, man. New coach. This is from the Reaper. New coach of a new team, new scheme, new everything. No off season. Hurt Mike McCarthy. Everyone hurt. Not good. And also, I'm sure Mike McCarthy isn't used to someone in his ear 24/7 like Jerry Jones. That's from the Reaper. And all of those points are valid. All of those points are 1,000% right. I'm quite sure that most of you guys, when you go to the shower, you singing. I mean, you singing all of the songs, man. You sounding good in the shower because you by yourself. You're in the shower. You hitting all of the notes. You be like, man, I sound better than Luther Vandross, right? But if somebody walk in while you're singing, 9 times out of 10, you're gonna be like, damn, man, they throwing off my vibe. They throwing off my groove. And this is my best analogy. Mike McCarthy can't sing in the shower by himself because you got Jerry Wayne Jones, you know? You got Jerry Wayne Jones coming in there, and right before you hit the note, he's like, dang, I can't hit the note that I want. Let me know if I'm lying. Let me know, Cowboy Nation. Let me see if somebody, you get in the shower, you singing all of the songs, right? You hitting every note. Matter of fact, you think you are Luther, right? May he rest in peace. Let me see. Jerry need to get a coach. I don't want to talk about. Yeah, I feel you, Alex. Yeah, let me see what we got. Draft time says, I already told y'all about Mike McCarthy now. I already told y'all about Mike McCarthy. Yeah. Go ahead, Alex. Yeah. I hear you, Law. You guys know what I'm saying, right? So my thing is, Jerry Jones, he do medals, right? And Jerry Jones do, I got to say this now, because I think a lot of people get me mixed up. I love Jerry Jones, the owner. I flat out do. I love his jazz. I love the way he think innovative. I love the way he elevate this team, the brand, and the beyond. Look, I got the stuff everywhere in this office here. But Jerry Jones, the GM, the general manager, I can't stand that one. You know, I can't stand that one. But I love Jerry Jones, the manager. Okay. I get people all the time say, hey, Law, why are you so mean about the Cowboys? I just say, hey, man, I'm just telling you guys the truth. No Dabo. Man, Dabo, boy, the things he get away on college land, I don't think he will be able to get away on this level, you know. But shout out to Dabo Sweeney. I remember the Cowboys players talking about liking Wade Phillips as the defensive coordinator. Okay, I'm going to have to see. Let me know what Cowboys players are saying there. For real, Law. We straight, though. Appreciate you. Elliot says that Law analogy is top tier. Because I know Elliot, he probably be in the shower. He going to go to the shower tonight, and he going to be hitting all of those songs, boy. Oh, I already know, man. I already know. All right, I got 8 more minutes before I roll up out of here. Shout out to everybody, man. Don't forget to put down where you guys are from. If you guys, I know it's an impromptu show. I know I didn't get a chance to talk anything about the 49ers. All I can say is that Raheem, he averaged 4.6 yards a carry against the Washington team. That's a team that they got a better front than we got right now. So we're gonna have our hands full. On top of that, the aspect of this team versus the 49ers team, they still have a good secondary, believe it or not, even though their guys are injured. So we got to be mindful of that. Also, the Dallas Cowboys, how we can win, I think we win by passing the ball. We don't win by running. The 49ers, one weird stat for the 49ers that I read is that they don't allow you to average 4.4 yards a carry. There are only the few teams in the National Football League that allows under 3.9 yards a carry. So regardless of the injury, you can't run on the 49ers. So this will have to be a game that CD emerges again. This will have to be a game that you win from Amari Cooper. And this will have to be a game that maybe your special teams pick it up and step it up. I picked Rashawn Slater out of the first. I see you, fam. Bye-bye, 5th draft pick. Yeah, I feel you. Should we trade down and draft or not? I think you just not coming in, Lucas. I'm sticking where I'm at. I'm not going to get too cute with the pick. Whoever we got, BPA, let's BPA this thing out. And if the tags are touching, you lean on the defense. You got the world's worst defense right now. So you lean on defense. Holland and Surtain with Diggs. Yeah, that Javon Holland's his dog. Dak is the truth. Chappelle, Hannon. I think that Dak Prescott, I think from the antics or the, let me see how I can put this, the best way I can put this. There would be the worst PR smear or the PR nightmare for the Cowboys if they do not find out a resolution with Dak Prescott. Now you got to play the political situation. So I think that the Cowboys should sign Dak Prescott for a long-term contract. Now, will they do it? We don't know. Nobody have the crystal ball of what the Cowboys going to do with Dak Prescott. But I just think that's the only way at this point. Because just look at the complete picture. If they let him walk, that would be crazy because you don't get nothing in return. Now, if they sign and then trade, then that would be crazy too because you would get a lot of stuff. But then you would alienate Amari Cooper, Michael Gallup, everybody on that team because they don't like Dak Prescott. They love Dak Prescott, right? So we can have a certain feeling about Dak Prescott. But the team, they love L-O-V-E Dak Prescott. And if you slide in a rookie, if you keep Andy Dalton in the rookie, it's just going to create some type of his crazy stuff to go on. And let's say even the rookies show you 3 games or 4 games. But if he goes down like Joe Burrows, a lot of people will be looking at it like, see, Cowboys snake bitten again. So I just think that it's a crazy situation. I just think the Cowboys should go ahead, reach in their pocket, pay the man, and just move on from it. Pay the man, draft some defense, lean on the defense to help this team out. Look at the offense and say, okay, the offense is pretty good for what they got. And I know a lot of people going to be hating me for saying, like, nah, Law, Law, they shouldn't do that. They shouldn't sink their teeth into Dak Prescott. Well, you see how this year is? There's no chance and possibility for this year to look like, okay, we got a quarterback that can step up and do something. People were happy about Andy Dalton last game, and he only threw 180 yards, right? Legion of Boom Cowboys, crazy Corvette, yeah. So you guys get what I'm saying, right, man? I just want to see the Dallas Cowboys dominate football before I die. And I'm 21. This is Alex. Time is relative, right? You might outlive us all. You might live to 121. You never know. And the Cowboys might win a slew of Super Bowls between that time frame. Or it might just give you one. Who knows? Amsterdam. Yeah, it was good with you, Terrence. Appreciate you. In the house. That's what I'm talking about. Mr. Wright, what's good with you, man? Shout out to you, man. I hope all is well with you and your family, fam. Mr. Wright. Just to tell you the true feelings, Law, it's okay. Elliot, I feel you, man. I feel you. That's all I'm saying, though, KD, what's good? Switch back to 4-3, struggles again, then what we do. 4-3, I think that the core of your team is still 4-3. You bring in a guy that knows 4-3 defense, maybe you elevate George Edwards, say, hey, whatever you did over there for Minnesota, continue to do that. Matter of fact, we got you. That's how they should look at it. Hold on right quick. Whatever. 2 more minutes, Cowboy Nation. Big game. What's good with you, Coach D? Shout out to you. We will win again. Yeah. Father dude as always, man. Got the kids running around here. Whenever you guys see me separate, that's just me with my daughter, what have you. All right, man. Y'all might want to write this down. I tell people all the time, if you want a thing bad enough to go out and fight for it, to work day and night for it, to give up your time and your peace and your sleep for it, if all of your desires of it makes you quite mad enough that you don't get tired of it, and it makes you hold all of the things tawdry and cheap for it, if life itself seems empty and useless without it, and all that you scheme and dream is about it, if you'll gladly go out there and sweat for it and fret for it and plan for it and lose all terror of God or man for it, if you would simply Oh, just simply go after the thing that you want with all of your capacity, strength, and scarcity, with faith, hope, and confidence, and stern pertinacity. If neither cold poverty, or famish, or fame, or sickness, or body, or fame can turn you away from the thing you want. If dogging and grim and besieged and beset it with the help of Almighty Cowboy Nation, we will get it. I really appreciate you guys, man. Continue to grind. Help me out. Share this thing. Let people know where to go when they want to tune into Cowboy Sports Talk and Beyond. And remember, you're listening to nothing but the best. Stay tuned. For those that's on my Facebook, I will be jumping over there to do a 15-minute live. So if you're on my YouTube right now, just jump over to my Facebook. I do a 15-minute live there, and I'm going to get on out of here for the rest of the night and finish watching The Mandalorian. Let's go. Love y'all, man. Let's go. Peace.